வணக்கம் டிடி நேயர்களே, நீங்கள் பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கிறது இன்னொரு ரொம்ப ஸ்பெஷலான இன்டர்வியூ வித் மீ ஐஷு. அண்ட் இந்த இன்டர்வியூ பற்றி சொல்லணும் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இட்ஸ் வெரி ஸ்பெஷல் டு மீ. ஏன் அப்படின்னு நீங்கள் கேட்டிங்கன்னா, ஐ எம் அன் ஆர்டிஸ்ட் மை செல்ஃப். அண்ட் ஆர்டிஸ்ட் அப்படின்னா இட்ஸ் நாட் ஜஸ்ட் ஒரு டான்ஸரோ ஒரு சிங்கரோ ஒரு லைக் பெயிண்டர். ஆர்ட் கலை அப்படின்னு வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு பபுள்குள்ளே அடங்காது. there's a lot of things that come into கலை. photography for one. இந்த ஷோவுக்கு அதுதான் லிங்க். நீங்கள் வந்து நல்லா யோசிச்சு வச்சுக்கோங்க எதை பற்றி பேச போகிறோன்ட்டு. ஃபோட்டோகிராஃபி, லிரிசிஸ், போய்ட்ரி எல்லாமே ஃபால்ஸ் இன்டு அந்த கலை அப்படின்ற ஒரு பபுள். அண்ட் கலை வந்து there's a very பாப்புலர் சேயிங். என்ன அப்படின்னா, கலை வந்து ஒவ்வொரு மனிதனும் அள்ளி பருக வேண்டிய ஒரு அமிர்தம் அப்படின்னு வந்து பெரியவங்க சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. ஸோ அந்த கலையை வச்சு உலகத்தை மாற்ற முடியும் அப்படின்ற ஒரு கான்செப்ட் வந்து இன்றைக்கும் மாற்ற முடியுமா அப்படின்னு சொல்லி நிறைய பேர் கேள்விக்குறியாக இருக்கிற ஒரு டாப்பிக்காக இருக்குது அப்படின்னே சொல்லலாம். பட் அந்த கலையால் கண்டிப்பாக இட்ஸ் அ பவர். அண்ட் அந்த பவர் வச்சு நம்மளோட உலகத்தை மாற்ற முடியும் அப்படின்னு ப்ரூவ் பண்ணுறதுக்கு தான் இன்றைக்கி நம்மளோட கெஸ்ட் இங்கே உட்காந்துட்டு இருக்காங்க டு டாக் அபவுட் ஹர் ஈவெண்ட். இந்த ஈவெண்ட் என்ன அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா palm roots. ஸோ கண்டிப்பாக palm roots பற்றி நிறைய பேர் கேள்விப்பட்டிருப்பீங்க. அண்ட் அது மட்டும் இல்லாமல் this is the 5th time she is doing palm roots. அண்ட் இந்த ஷீ யார் அப்படின்னு நீங்கள் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, she is actually டே டைமில் ஒரு ஃபுல் டைம் health care professional. இந்த health care professional மட்டும் இல்லாமல் she is also an avid photographer. இந்த தவிர she's a very creative soul. And on top of that she's also a Tamil entrepreneur. And இந்த person யார் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, the woman of the hour, Jananie Baskaran. Vanakkam, Jananie Baskaran. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. It's honestly an absolute pleasure to have you on this show today. Definitely, Nikki, in the show, you've honored us all at TET. So, Jananie.
The honor is mine.
So, Jananie, ninga solunga. So, I said that you're a full-time healthcare professional, right? And palm roots பத்தி நம்ம இன்னும் ஒரு கொஞ்ச நேரத்துக்குள்ள அதுக்குள்ள நம்ம வந்து போலாம். But அதுக்கு முன்னாடி just tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you said don't ask me this question, but உங்களை பத்தி நான் ஒரு healthcare professional அப்படின்னு நான் சொல்லியிருக்கேன். அது மட்டும் இல்லாமல் சோஷியல் மீடியாவில் வந்து திறந்தாலே உங்களை பற்றி நிறைய பேர் புகழ்ந்து நிறைய விஷயம் போடுறாங்க. நீங்கள் இதை செய்கிறீங்க அதை செய்கிறீங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறாங்க. So what are some things about you that we don't know?
Thank you for the introduction, by the way. Introduction.
It's deserving.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
So yeah, healthcare professional because I did health sciences at University of Ontario, UOIT.
Okay.
And then I'm working in Toronto General Hospital.
Nice.
I work in the pathology department.
Nice.
Where all the cancer testing is done.
No way.
So
nice.
I work as an assistant to pathologist there.
Okay.
So that's a full-time job.
Full-time,
yeah.
Okay.
But aside from that, I have my own photography business called 3D Media.
Nice.
And I do a lot of fashion and corporate shoots.
Okay.
And then also I have palm roots on the
palm
side.
roots. Okay. So palm roots தான் வந்து மெயினான ஒரு டாபிக் இந்த நம்மளோட இன்டர்வியூல இன்னைக்கு. ஓகேவா? But before we go into that, உங்களோட பூர்வீகத்துக்கு நம்ம கொஞ்சம் போகலாம்.
Okay.
Previous ஒரு இன்டர்வியூல நீங்க சொல்லியிருந்தீங்க இந்த மாதிரி after I graduated என்னடா பண்றது வாழ்க்கையில எதுவுமே இல்லை, வெட்டியா இருக்கிற டைம்ல வேலையே வராத டைம்ல என்னடா செய்யலாம் அப்படின்னு நீங்க யோசிச்சுட்டு இருக்க டைம்ல தான் you came across this passion for photography, right? And palm roots பத்தி நான் சில விஷயம் I was gathering about palm roots, where it started, and I saw that 2013, almost 5 years back, you made a trip that changed your life.
Yes.
Right? அந்த ட்ரிப்னால தான் உங்களுக்கு இந்த palm roots செய்யணும், நம்மளும் ஒரு வித்தியாசத்தை கொண்டு வரணும் அப்படின்னு நீங்க ஒரு முடிவெடுத்திருக்கீங்க, right? என்ன ட்ரிப் அது, எங்கே போனீங்க, what changed your life and why is it the reason for palm roots?
So the trip was one of the reasons. Okay. So before I left on the trip, like I said, one thing I was thinking about was when I started thinking of, okay, I want to be a photographer and I want to do this full time.
Okay.
One of the first things I heard was, how could you do arts as your full-time job?
Right.
So it's like there was a lot of criticism about, are you sure you want to do photography as your full-time job? You're not going to make enough money. It all came down to how much I'm earning.
Of course, yeah.
Because being a girl, there was issues like safety issues of like going to public events and being a photographer.
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
if even people asking if I'm like able to be a photographer and cover an entire event because I'm a girl and I might be weaker.
Yeah.
Which didn't really make sense to me.
Yeah.
So that's the time that I thought, okay, I have to do something as a photographer that leaves an impact, not just just for myself, but
Right.
for the community as well.
Right.
Only then will the older generation realize how strong and how bold of a passion it is.
For sure.
And just realizing the impact that photography can make to our
Right.
community.
Nice.
So coincidentally, at that time, I went for the first time to Jaffna in 2013.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing that I noticed there was how simple people were, and
Right,
like
yeah.
I saw a lot of children in schools and stuff. They were so eager to study, and it's like here you have us. We're like,
Mm-hmm. Taking advantage,
yeah, like when can we finish school?
I
When can we
know.
get out of it? And
Yeah.
there the kids are like, no, I want to study. I want to get this degree. I want to become a doctor and a lawyer and help
Mm-hmm.
my families. So when I saw that, I was like, I need to make use of our finances here and our
Yeah.
resources here
Yeah.
and help those children achieve their dreams.
Right.
Because around 2013 is when there was a lot of changes going on back home.
Right.
Especially one thing that I noticed was in the name of change,
Yeah.
they were trying to cover up a lot of the things that were really happening there by saying,
Right.
oh, we're helping develop the community.
Right.
But really, people couldn't even afford to go to school. Like
Right.
children were looking into work because they couldn't afford to go to school.
Right.
So I wanted to help those type of children go back to school, get their degrees, and like study and
Yeah.
do whatever they want to do, so they could become into leaders and then kind of have a name for our community.
Right.
So yeah, pretty good story.
Very
but-
story, but you know, it's a very good one.
Yeah.
You know, that's where everything started.
Right.
I have a few questions based on that story for you,
Sure.
right? So, Ninga Vanda, you said you made this trip and seeing these kids, you know, what you said is like right on, because sometimes we don't go to class because
Right.
we're like, you know, do I really have to?
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. But I remember I made such a trip to Tanjavur once, and
Okay.
I met with some kids over there,
Nice.
right? Everybody had big ambitions, right? Lawyer, doctor. They don't even know the what goes into it, the magnitude of their ambition, but they have that set for them for themselves. Okay, doctor aganu, lawyer aganu, adu either, right? And I sit here and think, you know what? Namakita ivlo resources irukku, but we don't take advantage of it and we don't appreciate it, right? So it's amazing that you not like I said, na panna na poi paathitu I'm like, oh my god, these kids. It was really inspirational to me, but that ended there. And just like me, there are a lot of people who go through these events. You have to say no, we have to do something, but situation, time, and sometimes just the lack of effort prevents them, right? Ninga sonninga, you were a full-time healthcare professional, right? The first thing that anybody would think of, because she's a healthcare professional, anything related to that, she could have done fundraising, marathons, running, this, that. But you took a passion, which is photography. You fell in love with photography. It's something that's so out of the box, right? அது மட்டும் இல்லாம டக்குன்னு யாருமே சப்போர்ட்டும் பண்ண மாட்டாங்க. Photography, okay, யாருனாலும் photo எடுக்கலாம். அதுலேருந்து எப்படி நீங்க வந்து செய்ய போறீங்க நிறைய பேர் கேள்வி கேட்டிருப்பாங்க. But the fact that you paid attention to what your passion was and used that to change their lives is honestly very commendable. Okay? நீங்க first ஆரம்பிக்கும் போது, what was some of the backlashes that you felt? Like, இது எப்படி நம்ம ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ண போறோம்? And முன்னாடி சொன்ன மாதிரி, you're doing everything by yourself, right? நீங்க வந்து first yearனா சொல்ல இப்போ வந்து you have like a mammoth with you, which is Ideal Group, helping you out, right? And we'll get to them in a second. But first நீங்க ஆரம்பிக்கும் போது, when you had this dream, obviously நிறைய பேர் சொல்லியிருப்பாங்க தனியா பண்ண முடியாது, நீங்க தமிழ் பொண்ணு வேற ஒன்றும் செய்ய முடியாது நிறைய பேர் சொல்லியிருப்பாங்க. What was it that drove you to, you know, be like, you know what, I'm not paying attention to this, I'm being focused and I'm going to make this happen? What pushed you?
I think I've always been that person to like kind of shut out everyone that says negative things, because I constantly hear it because I'm in the arts.
Yeah.
So it got to a point where I'm like, whatever happens, I'm going to do this.
Right.
And I guess, like I just said, okay, you know what? It doesn't matter who supports me. I'm going to call out my family and friends and do an event and see how it goes. And then after the event, use the success of that event to promote it more for the next year. So I just said, okay, you know what? I'm going to do it. And I asked my friends and family if they were willing to sponsor it, because I did it in a very small hall. There were about maybe 30 people.
Right. You were also saying how your friends were a good support system for you, right? Because they were telling you, oh, you know, you have a knack for photography, you have a different way of looking at stuff. So they pushed you. So that must have been really good support.
Yeah, no,
for you,
it was a huge help at that time. Like it was it was them they all came out to the event and they were all there promoting the event even when no one knew about what it was. They were promoting it. They were saying, my friend Jananie Baskaran is doing an event like this. I know you don't know who she is, but come out and support. Come out and check what the event is about. So yeah, it was basically them. But then at the same time, I did have a few sponsors from that time as well. And one of those sponsors was Ideal Group as well. So they started supporting me in 2013 without even realizing where this was going to go. And yeah, so they were one of the sponsors. And I had a couple of other sponsors as well. Another one was Gary Law Office, who is now in politics and completely different.
He's like
but at the time, he was always a big shot. But at that time, he had his law office. So he was one of my biggest sponsors as well.
Nice.
So yeah, they were my initial core team.
That's good. Good foundation, right? So okay, நீங்க சொல்லிருந்தீங்க nobody knew where this was gonna go. 5 years later, here we are, right? So the journey here. First, நீங்க ஆரம்பிக்கும் போது, like I said, it was it all Sri Lankan? Like it was all the photography was based in Sri Lanka, right?
So it was all the photos that I took on that trip that I went on.
On that trip that you went to, and then slowly it became Middle East, Dubai, India, and ipo varikume it was all your photography, right?
Yes.
Now year 5 before we go into how big this is going to be, the first thing that I noticed was that you were accepting submissions worldwide, right? இது எவ்வளவு பெரிய விஷயம் நான் வியூவர்ஸ்க்கு எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணிடுறேன். ஏன்னா why I think it's a big deal is because சொன்ன மாதிரி art has the power to change the world, right? அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஆர்ட் வந்து நம்ம வந்து 4 years பண்ணி we've made it a successful event. So let's give a chance to உலகம் ஃபுல்லா இருக்கிற ஆர்டிஸ்டோட ஃபோட்டோகிராஃபி நம்ம வந்து ஃபீச்சர் பண்ணி அவங்களும் வந்து நம்மளோட இந்த ஒரு காஸ்க்கு ஹெல்ப் பண்றாங்க அப்படின்றது ரொம்ப ரொம்ப பெரிய விஷயம் because you've taken a concept that was created solely by you and you've made it worldwide, right? And அது மட்டும் இல்லாம இந்த வாட்டி you said சென்னையில இருந்து மும்பைல இருந்து நிறைய பேர் வந்து சப்மிஷன்ஸ் கொடுத்திருக்காங்க and all that is going to be featured in your show this year. So year 5 years நடக்கிறது அப்படின்றது is not a small deal at all. It's a big deal and இப்போவும் you do a lot of the things by yourself. So tell us about year 5's Palm Roots and what we can expect, what we're looking forward to, and some of the details about what went into planning the event.
So you gave a really good introduction to year 5. So year 5, I decided, okay, how many more years am I going to just do this? Because the point of starting it, even when I did 2013 and 14, I wanted to see if anyone else would step up and do an event like mine and kind of start promoting so that we have more photographers, more artists doing events like these. But I didn't see too many coming out, or maybe they did some and I wasn't aware of it. So this year I thought, okay, I don't want to only be the one featured every single year and be like, okay, this is my event. So I thought instead of doing it as an event, I'll turn it into a platform and accept more artists who are striving, like who really want an opportunity like this, but for some reason they're not able to put out an event like this because event management is not something everybody can do.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's one thing I realized, and I thought, okay, maybe there are so many talents, but they're just not able to put together an entire event to showcase their work. So I kind of started hunting them down, and that's how I found the photographers from Chennai and Mumbai. And then I said, okay, if I could do that, let me just put out a call out video and say, you know what, if you're interested, be part of the event. And I was surprised with some of the entries I got. Like I wasn't expecting some of the entries. One highlighted entry that I guess I could mention now is a photographer called Joshua Karthik from Mumbai. He's actually a celebrity photographer. He goes by the group called Stories of Joseph Radhik. Hopefully I'm getting it right. They were the photographers for Anushka Sharma and Virat Kohli's wedding, and also Samantha and Chaitanya's wedding. So a photographer from his team is actually has donated a photo for this cause. He was very sweet. As soon as I said, hey, would you be interested in this? The next minute I got a photo, and it was mind-blowing. I saw the photo and I'm like, this is probably better than anything I've showcased so far. So I have a lot of photographers like that who were actually willing to donate their photos once they found out what the cause is. So yeah, back to year 5, it's about kind of collaboration. That's like the theme that I'm going for. in terms of, I know you said we'll get back to Ideal, but one of the things that I want to mention is collaboration comes in two parts. One is the photographers. So it's like photographers from all around the world are collaborating. But at the same time, it's two charities coming together to collaborate as well. So I think you were going to mention something
I think they would like to hear it from you.
So yeah, in terms of that, it's so Ideal Group has their own charity as well, but they're coming out to support another charity from Toronto called Miracle Family Care, which is very well known, and I've worked with them in the past as well. Even though they're based in Toronto, most of their projects are based in Venni and Mullaitivu and like a lot of North and East Sri Lanka. So one charity is coming out to support another charity. Again, collaboration comes in there too. So there's a lot of collaboration that I'm trying to celebrate and say, hey, we can come together as artists, as entrepreneurs, as businesses to work together for the success of the Tamil community. So that's one of the main things of year 5.
Absolutely. And like you were saying, like I said before, Ideal Group is a mammoth in the industry, right? The fact that you have அவங்க வந்து உங்களுக்கு ஹெல்ப் பண்றாங்க, நீங்க சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தீங்க முன்னாடி உங்களுக்கு அந்த சப்மிஷன்ஸ்லாம் வரும்போது from all over the world எல்லாருமே சப்மிட் பண்ணும்போது their team helped you pick out and filter all the submissions, and கண்டிப்பா the fact that a group like that is willing to support a cause, and of course, like what you said, the collaborations between charities and photographers is what makes this event something that's larger than life for sure. And on top of that, Ideal Events வந்து உங்க கூட like the fact that they're on board, உங்களுக்கு ஹெல்ப் பண்ணிருக்காங்க. I mean, you said a little bit about them, but the fact that they're on board with this, முன்னாடி சொன்ன மாதிரி the event is out of the box, right? ஒரு photographer அவங்களோட photography மட்டும் இல்லாம world wide எடுத்துட்டு வராங்க. அது வந்து ஒரு bidding system or auction மூலமா funds raise பண்றது is out of the box thinking, first of all. And இன்னொன்னு வந்து அதுக்கு வந்து ஜனங்கள் வரணும், people have to come, people have to have the heart to okay, this is the cause, because இப்போ இருக்கிற ஒரு fast paced worldல வந்து I think that is where the disconnect happens. People want to do good, but the situation and whatever it is, society, it just restricts us, right? So அப்படி இருக்கும்போது it's hard to bring everybody together. So இவங்க உங்க கூட இருக்கிறதுனால how did it make things easier for you? Of course there's the element of social media, marketing, blah blah blah, but இவங்க உங்க கூட இருக்கிறதுனால how did their addition make this bigger than what it is?
Like you said, they are very well known. They're a giant in the industry. So having their support made the community look at my event and be like, if they're supporting it, there should be a reason behind this. That's one of the main reasons. Also because the first event that I did with Ideal, I donated back to Ideal as well because for their charity. So it kind of helped out both ways. So they sponsored my event, I helped them out back, and like it kind of became a teamwork. And this year I'm partnering up with them to help out Miracle Family Care. So it's just seeing how that system works got people kind of curious about like what exactly are they trying to do, and like how is a team like this helping her. That's one of the reasons. And the other thing is every single individual in Ideal Group is so creative. Like it's like even though they're all in businesses and like in different sectors within it, every single person has such a good eye for creative arts, and like they're all so involved in the arts that the minute I get them involved, they always have ideas to put out. They're always thinking out of the box as well. So it's like I connect with them in a lot of levels where it's like my ideas always resonate with them. They always kind of get where my ideas are coming from compared to so many other people I've approached to support my event.
So pretty much rendu perume sendu you've worked so harmoniously together that you're just bouncing creativity off each other. That's perfect. Okay, so going forward, Tamil community ku nama varalam, okay va? Neenga vanda like you said before, it's not easy to be a Tamil girl and come out like this with an event. Ipo na oru chinna example solrena ipo because I've been a dancer my whole life. I know this as a little example. இப்போ நம்ம ஆட போறோம் ஏதாச்சும் ஒரு இவென்ட்க்கு வந்து நம்ம வந்து perform just as a dancer you're going to go perform அப்படினா ரெண்டு மூணு பேர் whether it's relatives or பக்கத்து வீட்டு auntie or பக்கத்து வீட்டு uncle they'll be like என்ன இவென்ட்க்கு ஆடுறீங்க your மூஞ்சிலாம் தெரியுமே எல்லாருக்குமே are you okay with that நம்ம okay uncle பரவாயில்லை uncle அப்படி சொன்னா கூட they'll go talk to our parents be like என்ன பொண்ணு இப்படி பண்றா வெளியில போய் ஆடுறா are you guys okay with that இதனால அவளுக்கு கல்யாணம் நடக்குமா இப்படி எல்லாம் பேசுவாங்க right நிறைய இருக்கு அந்த மாதிரி but at the same time what I find is the younger generation they're so supportive of each other's dreams, right? The younger crowd, every entrepreneur, every Tamil entrepreneur is always looking out, giving a helping hand to everybody else. இப்போ நீங்களே வெச்சுக்கோங்களேன், நான் வந்து if I'm going on Instagram or something like that, உங்க பேர் வந்து I see here and there from other entrepreneurs. You know, they encourage your work, and at the same time you encourage other entrepreneurs. So I think being a Tamil girl now and being an entrepreneur and coming out, even though it still gets the backlash from our uncles and aunties and whoever, I feel it's a lot more easier now because of the support we as a generation have for each other, right? And munadi sonna madri, this is the first time I'm meeting you, right? But I know you because I see so many people praising your work, you know, praising the last 4 years of your palm roots and everything. So how important do you think it is for the younger Tamil crowd, right? Tamil entrepreneurs, you know, artists, everybody to support each other. It's there now, but how important was it to you, and how did it, you know, help you with palm roots and bringing it out? Because like I said, even though Ideal was like a big help for you, social media, like I said, social media is a big tool in bringing your name out. So why is it so important for us as Tamil youth to be so connected, so supportive of each other? What do you think about that?
I was actually going to say, like you mentioned, I'm actually proud to be a Tamil girl and be an entrepreneur. It's something that I've always owned and said, this is who I am, and it's up to you if you want to support me or not. But thankfully, I've actually got the support of many people because they see what I do. It's not like I'm being genuine with my work. It's not like I'm doing it for selfish reasons. So I think after seeing that, they've started supporting me as well. But yes, like you said, there is backlash all the time. That's just going to be there, and we just have to accept it. But at the same time, our generation and the younger generation is very supportive. They like social media, they're always sharing things that I do, and I try to do that for them as well, because we've all realized the importance of kind of helping each other and sticking together, and no matter what type of art form it is. It's not like a photographer only has to support another photographer. It can be any artist supporting an artist.
Absolutely.
And it's about being proud of being an artist, and especially when you're a Tamil artist, it's like our background goes way back. It's like our language and our culture is so strong that it's like it is our responsibility to make sure that it keeps going, and there's no other way other than supporting each other and promoting each other's work. So
that's perfectly put. Okay, so going back to when you first started, you wanted to help the future generations, right? Make sure they had the right resources. They had everything they needed to make sure they stayed in school and didn't be like, okay, I don't have the resources, so I'm going to go do some odd jobs instead of being in school. So that is obviously commendable. Now, based on that, உங்களுக்கு வந்து last year, this year I think, Tamil Mirror வந்து உங்களுக்கு வந்து they awarded you with more, I don't think there's a more fitting award, Guardians of the Future Generation Award.
It was last year.
You know what, as much as you laugh about it, it's so deserving. You know what I mean? ஒரு சின்ன, like நான் சொன்ன மாதிரி எல்லாருமே தான் போறாங்க. Everybody makes a trip to either like back home, Sri Lanka, India. Everybody goes. And எல்லாருக்குமே ஒரு opportunity இருக்கு இந்த மாதிரி streetsல இருக்கிற பசங்களை பார்க்கிறதுக்கு. Right? இப்போ நான் சென்னைக்கு போனா கூட இப்போவும் there are kids on streets that are selling like books or stickers or something just to make like 10 rupees, which is nothing here. You know what I mean? அவங்களாம் பார்க்கும்போது எனக்கே வந்து ஏதாச்சும் செய்யணும். All I can do is buy all of their books.
I know.
You know what I mean? That's all I can do. You know, time doesn't permit me to go further or nothing, or I maybe can, but I don't. Either way, the fact that you wanted to help them out, and that's why 5 years, you know, constant effort and your passion towards that is what brought you all the way here. That award is for me definitely fitting for you. How did it feel to receive that award, and what did it mean for you and Palm Roots and the next how many ever years of Palm Roots you're planning to put out?
No, the only reason I'm laughing is because first of all, it's such a huge name, like the title of having like the kind of like representing the entire generation is such a huge title to have, which is why I laugh about it. But I was so honored when I got and it's such a recognized, like Tamil Mirror is such a recognized media outlet in Toronto. So getting that type of a title from them was huge for me, because it's like, again, when you hear all this criticism, when you get one thing like that, it's like, yes, I'm going to keep going. So it just makes you want to keep going.
I know.
But yeah, no, I think that is basically my intention, to kind of represent, even if it's girls or boys, like students, like to represent them and to showcase to the world how badly our community back home wants to succeed.
Right.
And they're not, like, we're past that time of like complaining or, you know, just saying, okay, this is what my life is and accepting it. It's more about striving for more and working for more. And like, when you know that the people back home are like that now, it's up to us to be in countries like this where we are blessed with all these privileges to go back and look at it and be like, okay, what am I doing to help them achieve their goals?
Right.
And like you mentioned in Chennai, like I actually just went to Chennai in August, I think, and that's one of the things I saw there too. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I do want to branch out to Chennai eventually too.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice. So touching a little bit on what you were just saying, like now as இப்போ நம்ம கனடால இருக்கோம், லண்டன்ல இருக்கிற தமிழ் ஆளுங்களா இருக்கட்டும், whoever it is, right? London, Switzerland, Germany, இங்கெல்லாம் இருக்கிற தமிழ் யூத்துக்கு வந்து ஒரு ரெஸ்பான்சிபிலிட்டி இருக்கு அப்படின்னு கண்டிப்பா நான் நம்புறேன். I'm pretty sure you do too. So how important is it for us to not only be professionally, career-wise focused, but also always remembering to give back to, you know, the kids and the future generations back home? You know, like, because we get so caught up in our lives here, we forget, you know, sometimes we really need a reminder that we have to be doing something for the kids back home, you know. To be really honest, they don't care. Like, you know what, I love this life, blah, you know, I go to school, I come back, I play with the little tire thing, that's it. And they're okay with that. But I think it's our responsibility as Tamils living abroad with everything that we can possibly need in life to have responsibility to give back to those kids, right? So being the sole founder of Palm Roots, how important do you think that is to have that sense of responsibility to give back to our Tamil people, you know, back home?
I think the only thing anyone needs to do, it doesn't matter if it's in Canada or Europe or anywhere else, all they need to do is think about why they're in that country in the first place. It's like the only thought that they need. The reason that they moved away from where they were born or where like their parents were born is because they couldn't afford to live there. Like the situation was so bad that they had to move away from it. So it's like when they think of that and think about, okay, so if my family was blessed enough to move here and succeed and live the life that we're living, imagine the people that are still stuck in the situation there. That's all they need to think about, to think about how responsible they should be to help these people. I'm not saying that they need to help them move and migrate,
of course,
but at least wherever they are, just to do their share of making sure at least one kid, if every Tamil student can help one other student, we will be so much better. Like that's all we need. It's like we need that thought every day to be like, I'm grateful for what I have, but what can I do to support someone who isn't as grateful, who doesn't have the privileges I have? That's all they need.
Perfect. So coming back, finally, we're going to talk about Palm Roots again. So tell us a little bit about when it's happening, where it's happening, where we can get tickets, and also I heard Chef Ramana was on board. I love his cooking.
I definitely have to mention Chef Ramana. He's going to be there and he's creating like, I feel like it's going to be like a Shankar movie.
Really?
I don't even know what to expect. So there's going to be a lot of surprises. So the event is happening on November 4th. It's at Scarborough Convention Center. Tickets are on sale on Eventbrite, and the links are all over Facebook, or even if people go on Google and type in Palm Roots 2018, they'll see the Eventbrite link. Tickets are $20 and $50. The $50 VIP tickets can be used as a discount voucher at the event. So if people are buying photos, if they bid for the photo from the final bid, they get minus $50. So it's like a discount voucher plus a VIP ticket. Incentives, right?
That's good.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, Chef Ramana is going to be there. He did promise a lot of things that I don't want to say because I want people to be surprised.
Element?
It's going to be huge. That's all I'll say.
That's good.
And even the setup, I have a company called Stageworks who's doing the setup, so it's not any regular setup where the pictures are just we're trying to create something crazy,
mind-blowing.
I don't want to hype up too much, but we'll wait and see how it goes. And I also have Untouchable Sound Crew who's going to be taking care of like the music and all of that. I do have to mention that we have TET on board. I'm so grateful. So grateful. From the time, I think from 2015 until today, it's like they've been covering all my events, and I'm so grateful to have TET on board.
Of course, we're honored.
And so I'm going to I'm excited to see where this event goes. So it's going to be crazy.
Perfect. Okay, so before we finish off, I really, 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 from the bottom of my heart, want to thank you. Not only for being here today, but also for putting out this wonderful event. I cannot stress enough how important I think events like these are to the community and the world as a whole, to be honest, right? And, you know, all power to you for this event and for all the future palm routes you're going to plan, and not just palm routes, but all your future initiatives, you know, that you're going to plan out. It was an absolute pleasure having you today in the show. Anything you'd like to say to our viewers?
No, I just have to say thank you to TET for having me and even giving me this segment so people can get to know me more before the event comes up. And thank you to you. It was great having a conversation with you.
Pleasure.
It doesn't feel like we met for the first time at all.
It doesn't.
And I'm sorry for my sore throat. So it's
I'm pretty sure
I hope
you're
people
forgiven.
aren't annoyed of how my voice sounds today. But I'm really looking forward to seeing everyone at the event and supporting me, because I do want to make sure this event is a success. And before we finish off, I do have to mention that Ideal Group just announced that they are going to match fund whatever I raised at the end of the event.
No way.
So whatever I make, it's going to be double. So
no way.
Which means I really want the amount raised to be high up so that they match it. Just to add more pressure to their team.
Of course.
But yeah, I'm really grateful for all the support I've got, and I hope to see everyone at the event.
Perfect. Thank you so much for being here again. And போறதுக்கு முன்னாடி எல்லாருக்குமே திரும்ப சொல்ல விருப்பப்படுறேன், Palm Roots 2018 is happening November 4th at Scarborough Convention Center. Tickets நீங்க வாங்கணும் அப்படின்னு நினைச்சீங்கன்னா general admission is $20 and VIP tickets is $50. $50 நீங்க வந்து auction பண்ணி, you can also use it as a discount card.
Discount card.
So tickets நீங்க வாங்கணும் அப்படின்னு நினைச்சீங்கன்னா Eventbrite, you can always go on to Eventbrite, or I'm pretty sure you can find Jananie on any of her social media handles and ask her, where can we find tickets? And she'll be more than happy to answer. இந்த மாதிரி events தான் நம்மளோட 100% support தேவைப்படுது. ஸோ கண்டிப்பாக உங்களால் போக முடியும் அப்படின்னு நீங்கள் நினச்சிங்கன்னா, if you really think that, you know, you've lacked and you really want to contribute to you know, a really, really good cause, கண்டிப்பாக எல்லாருமே இந்த eventக்கு போகணும் அப்படின்னு நான் நினைக்கிறேன். கண்டிப்பாக I will be there to support you. And on that note, thank you so much for being here today, Jananie. It was an absolute pleasure once again. இதே போல் இன்னொரு சூப்பரான ஒரு ஸ்பெஷல் இன்டர்வியூல திரும்ப உங்களை சந்திக்கிறேன். Until then, this is me, Aishu, signing off on TET. Bye!